everyone, and welcome. I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I am from Clovis, California. Thank you for joining me this evening. We are going to make a super cute card using the Cute as a Bug suite, which is being previewed for you from our new mini catalog, January through April mini catalog. And that is on pre-order right now for demonstrators and available for customers on January 2nd. So hopefully it is on your list because I love it. Now, was this planned for today? No. My granddaughter's coming in tonight, and but we're going to go make a quick trip before we go pick her up. Because the continued fiasco of our new countertops is continuing. I didn't tell you because we just found out, but I guess the counters that we picked out, which is the same brand that we had before, but a different kitchen, they don't do huge wide pieces, and our kitchen goes down and has like a big island, like connected, like a bar kind of thing, and it's pretty wide and deep. Well, apparently this fabric can only go one way and not the other way, and they want the seam to go straight down the center of our counter, and we're like, no. So we have to go pick out a new countertop, and so we thought we'd stop by tonight and see what else we see. To decide to change that up, and it's on the way to the airport, so we're going to do that. So I decided we're going to make this super cute card because I absolutely love this whole suite, and I made a little scene here, and I'll kind of walk you through my thoughts on it and how I measured out the paper and everything. But first I have a couple other things to show you and walk through with you. Hi, everybody. Hello. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Leslie. Renee, welcome. Stacy, thank you for sharing to Facebook. I really appreciate it, everybody. That being said, we're going to jump right in and get started. My granddaughter, I said, is coming, so I'm super excited. Her plane was delayed. And so she's a junior jet setter. So she's flying by herself for the second time. The first time was when we went to Disney World. And so right before that, she said, oh, I don't know if I could fly by myself. Not yet, till I'm a little older, maybe 11. And she's 10 right now. But as soon as we mentioned going to Disney World, she was like, I think I could do that. She did just fine. So this time there's going to be a little bit of a layover in Portland before she flies here. Last time they drove her to Portland and she came direct, but it's a couple hour drive. So this time it has to be less than a 2-hour layover according to the airline guidelines. Otherwise, if they're below 11, I think, they cannot do more than a 2-hour layover. So anyway, that being said, when it was a delay, I was like, oh no, but we're good to go. She's on the plane. She already landed. So we're waiting for her. All right, so let's just jump in. January's bingo is the 22nd. I was working on some of the items today, and I am really excited about this bingo. It's a new product, so I can't wait to share it all with you. One of the items is something that you will use all year long, and it is really going to be a fantastic item that I know I love, and I think you will too. And let's see, one is a fancy, it's kind of a fancy fold, kind of not. It's kind of hard to explain. It's something different than I've ever done, but I'm loving it. And I'm trying to see what the second and third card is. But anyway, I will write them down next time so I can tell you what I am using, so you guys have a heads up on what I am using for bingo. All right, so the paper share is also, registration is open for that. When you go to register, you will automatically have a check mark in the paper share box, but you also have 2 add-on options. You could do the 4 two-tone paper assortment packs that's also divided up. And those paper packs coordinate with the new DSPs from Sweets and things that are in the new catalog or online exclusives. And then of course the 8 embellishment packs, those will be divided except 2, which will be your washi tape and your loose Valentine gems. I don't remember the name of them off the top of my head, but the ones with little envelopes and the kisses, and you'll get a full pack of those also. All right, so those are 2 options you can add if you'd like. If you do the paper share, don't forget you can sign up for my Cake Day birthday card class for free. You just need to register. You have to register for the class. That's how I know how many kits. It keeps track for me, how many I have available, how many I've sold, and all that good stuff. And that is how I keep track. So by purchasing the paper share, that will not get you the paper card class. You have to register for that, okay? Just a reminder, don't forget the last chance stamp sets and bundles and different things that are in the last chance, things that are leaving. A lot of them are the holiday items. So make sure you jump on there. You know, there might be some embellishments or ribbons, something that you might want. And so you want to go and check that out. Make sure you don't miss out on that. And the product of the month, don't forget, if you put in a $75 order or more, you can get this beautiful DSP for only $5. Now, January is going to be coming sooner than we think, and we're going to have a new product of the month item, and we don't know what it is either. So I'm excited to take a look and see what that's going to be when it comes. Paper Pumpkin, if you join or register now, you will be joining the January special delivery Paper Pumpkin, which says make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs, pre-cut paper pieces with gold foil axes, coordinating colors are blueberry bushel, bubble bath, darling duckling, and garden green, mossy meadow, poppy parade, which is also the stamp and ink spot. And it said the kit arrives in a lovely coordinating box. Okay, so with that being said, look what I got in the mail today. I got the add-on dies, so I'm going to show those to you. And the other thing I'm going to show you really quickly is I did achieve the kit special, the kit challenge for demonstrators. We had a little challenge and we were able to win this pack of paper. So I was just going to share it with you to show you the paper, which I really, really like. So let's show you. So here are the dies. So we have a leaf with the flowers, and then we have the word beautiful, and then also this wonderful postage die, which is a nice size one. I really like it. So that is the new one, which is called Beautiful Blooms. Let me show you again really quickly. It's on the right side there, number 168666, and it will coordinate with the next 3 months of Paper Pumpkin. All right, somebody asked, do you think you will be doing a class using the set? You are absolutely, Deb, I will. I just haven't put up the registration for it yet. The cake one's still going, but I'm probably going to put it up like right after Christmas because I've already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects, which there might be some extras, I'm just saying, projects in that class. So yes, I will be doing a Cute as a Bug class, and it will be the next class. So I just have to, I kind of was thinking I might finish the class first and then put it out there. So I'm trying to finish it and get it all created and then put it up. And then that way you get your PDFs and I just start mailing them to you at the beginning of January. So that's kind of my hope this time. So I will get it up for registration very soon. But then the kits will probably go out pretty quickly. So let's see where I'm at by the end of next week. All right, so let's get started here. Let me show you this paper really quickly. This is really cute. So, ooh, hello. The colors are Calypso Coral, Darling Duckling, Lost Lagoon, and Petal Pink. So look, we have polka dots and we have stripes. Okay, 1, 2, 3 of each. There it is, Darling Duckling, polka dots and stripes, petal pink, polka dots and stripes, and then the Calypso Coral is the polka dots and stripes. I love sets like this because it's so much nicer to, number one, have an extra piece of paper. Number two, have all the colors coordinate, that if I do mass production, it's a nice one to have. So hoping to work on my, oh, good, Deb. Let me know how you like it. Yeah, I think you're going to love the bug one. So here's the first card I created with this Cute as a Bug set. And this is the Stone and Vines embossing folder, which I really like. It's got a lot of neat texture on there. It just looks like vines on here, but when you get to see the whole thing, you'll see the stones. It's really cool. So you can kind of see the stones a little bit right here, but it's very cool. So that was a fun card. So then I did this one. Remember, I kind of challenged to myself, and I pulled out this piece of paper, which is where I got this from, and that is how I did this card. Okay, so the one we're using tonight is this one. And I thought, well, how cute. We've got the saxophone. They're playing the mushroom as a drum. We've got a harp and the little banjo. So, of course, my thought was, well, we need a trumpet and a little ant dancing. So that is where I came up with that. So let me show you. I have my card kit here stuffed away. Our sentiment is coming from Fragrant Layers, which is, just a note, this is one of the bingo sets that we will be using. So we'll have that, just so you know. And then, of course, the Sweet as a Bug. Now this, I wanted to show you, is the new Stampin' storage pouches. And this set is perfect for this sleeve here for your dies. So my dies are in here. What's nice about this one is we have the dies, and I have a second set because I'm going to use this a lot. It has a second pocket, and I showed you guys this before. So this is really cool because then you can look at your dies. But then, yeah, we have our dies here. This does not fit. The magnets don't fit in the back one, just so you know. But then we've got this pocket that I'm keeping all my little pieces. So tonight when I decided to change up my card so that we have time to go to the look at counters tonight, I decided to do this card, and I was like, eek, do I have all the pieces cut out already? Yes, I do, because I cut out 2 of the pieces of paper, which, let's see if I have those right here. Oh, I don't think I have them. They're already cut. But it's the paper with let me see if I have it on here. It's the one with the daisies on it. That's the one, and I already used it, but I've shown it to you guys before. But that is the one, as you can tell. Okay, it's that one. It has all the critters on the other side. Now, your ladybug's pointing to the right, this guy, and this praying mantis person here. Those don't cut out, so I just kind of roughly cut some out and stuck them in there so I can cut them out if I need them. So that made my card a little easier for this evening. All right, so I'm going to show you how I came up, and I changed a little bit too, and I'll talk about that in a minute. We're going to show you how I figured this out because it is a different size. Oh. Okay, so the first thing I did is I'm going to cut straight down here because I'm going to use these, not necessarily the leaves, but I'm going to be ordering more paper when we're able to, so I'm definitely going to have more leaves then. But for now, we're going to cut this like this and just cut this out. I just kind of look at the seam. Okay, so here we go. Here's our paper. We know that this is 6 by 4. So we know we're going to do 4 inches, right, for our image. Let me move this card out of the way. For our image, we're going to use 4 inches because we always use a card base for the back. So now what I did is I don't really want to cut off a lot of that flower, but I know I'm going to cut off some. So I bring it in, I put that down, and I look at my trimmer. I definitely don't want to cut his tail off, even though it's kind of going to be covered up. So I'm going to start out at the beginning of that flower. So that's kind of how I do it. Okay, so I'm going to do that first. Now I know I'm going to have to bring it down here that I need this at 5 1/4. So I'm going to put that at 5 1/4, close this, and that is really darn close to this little ant's tush, and I want that in there. So I'm going to come back over here, and I'm just going to cut like another 1/8 of an inch. And now I'm going to come back again, and this is kind of how I get to my piece, that I decide what I want to do. I'm far enough from the ant. I'm pretty much going to get both of the flowers. This one's going to be cut a little bit, and I'm okay with that. So we're going to cut that. So now we're at 5 1/4 by 4, and we have his little tail cut off, but it's okay because we're going to kind of cover that up. All right, so I am good with that size. These are the extra pieces that we don't need. And now we're going to put this together. Let's start with the card base. And I chose, instead of pumpkin pie like this one is, I really liked the look of the Cajun craze on here. And not only that, I chose the two-tone Cajun craze. So I'm going to go with the lighter of them. So I just kind of take it and look and see what you think. Lighter or darker. The darker is very nice too, but I'm going to go with the lighter one. So we're going to put that on the inside with our white piece, but we need to do a little bit of stamping right here. And so I am going to bring in this right here, like these little track marks. They look like little ant, like little footprints, like they're just all kind of marching in. So that's what we decided. I always say we. I don't know why I say we. It's only me. But that's what I decided to do, is do our little ant marks. And we are going to do them. Oh, I didn't do it on this one. So sneak peek, that's going to be in one of the classes because I'm going to do it anyway. We're going to use basic gray. And I am just going to take this stamp and I'm going to do it just those one row because I only have one little ant going in on the inside. Okay, so we're just going to put him right here. Okay, he's just marching in. And I think I should have went a little closer because he's not going to just fall out of the earth and start marching. There we go. All right, so we've got him going off the page. Because I'm like, oh, he's not going to just fall and start walking right there. So we need to have him marching in, right? All right. So we're going to close this. And we need to glue this on. So let me grab my other one too, because the other one, this one's kind of running out. But of course, when do you know I run out of tape all the time, but it seems like it's always on a video. All right, so we're gonna add our panel. And of course the back panel is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. The front one is 4 by 5 1/4. And by the way, the video I did last week with the horse, the Unbridled Beauty, I forgot to show you the measurements. I added them back into the video, okay? One of the things I have been doing is sending out newsletters. If you are subscribed, I'm sure you've been getting them. And it's a lot of updates. So what I decided to do, because I do videos, I don't really post card projects without a video. I haven't really been doing a whole lot on my blog other than, offering my classes and that kind of thing on there. So what I decided I'm going to start trying to do is, if it's a card other than this simple 4 by 5 1/4 measurement, I'm going to add the measurements in the description probably after the video. Okay, so if it's got anything like this one last week, so it'll give you the measurements and, maybe some ink color or whatever I used, I'll put it on there because I know how frustrating it is to go watch something and then there's no measurements. And so it's easier for me to do that. And I like the newsletter to give you guys all the updates, what's happening. because I get a lot of questions, and I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it is in the newsletter. And so, so look for the measurements in the description if it is a card other than this, and I'll try also and give them to you. All right, so we're going to layer this on here. And obviously, if you guys ever need the measurements and I didn't give them, just let me know. I can get them for you. Now, I have to say, I know somebody asked me, and I forgot, I need to go back to that. But if I send out kits, like in my flat rate boxes, which is coming soon, and you can't find the project on my YouTube, it's probably because it was a class. And so you're just going to have to try to figure that out, because it just takes a long time to go back to old projects and look, because I would have to go through all of them and figure out where it was and all that stuff. So, and I don't always keep all my projects. I, tend to send the cards out. Okay, that was a little crooked, so we have to fix that. Keep that in mind. If you can't find it on my YouTube, it was probably a class, either in person or online. All right. All right, so we're just going to add this little cute scene to our front of our card base. Now, I have covered up my little bucket here with our little things. I even did the Just a Note, and like I said, that came from the Fragrant layers right here. Beautiful font, great sentiments. And then the other thing I need to do is go find my little ant buddy, which I can see right now, which is nice, because I forgot my little ant on the inside. And we're going to get this guy. I think we're going to go with the one with the flag. And the reason is because we're putting the other two on the front. So we're going to put the flag one on the inside. Okay. All right. So first thing I did is do the flowers, because I was thinking, how cute would this be to go over his head? Well, if you do it down on the ground where your plant should be, or here where the ground ends, it looks like right here, it's going to go right on top of them. So what I did is I made it up here, and we're going to cut it. So we're going to start out cutting this right here, right about here. So let's try that first, and then we can just kind of round this. You don't need it like all crazy. So let's try that first and just kind of get an idea of where this is going to go. Now, how did I do that? Oh, this is a different one. I'm seeing it. Oh, all right. So I got to look at this again. This is what I did. Okay, we are going to cut the top one off too. See, I did this when I first got it. Now I don't remember. We're going to cut the top one off, and we are going to cut it like this. One's going to come around like this, so it looks like it's a standalone flower. And then this one, we're going to round off this edge so that stem's not just kind of hanging out there. All right, and then kind of curve with that and kind of clean this one up. Okay, so just kind of take off those little sharp pieces. I'm actually gonna round that off just a little bit better. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this right here. See how that is just kind of next to him now instead of on top of him? So we're gonna put this little guy right here, okay? So that's one of the things I should have thought about, is cutting in just a tiny bit more over here than over here, but that's okay. We can turn this too, because the ground goes all the way up to here. So we're going to go and turn this in right about, I'm going to even turn this a little bit more, and I'm going to trim more angled right here, And then that way this can angle back on the edge. So it's kind of like it's off. There we go. Now it's not covering him up. We'll fix this one in a minute. Then we can take this one and tuck it back here. And we're going to have to cut off that extra leaf, which is fine. So let's cut that off now. Okay. So now we can add this on. Like right here. So let's add our dimensionals on. We'll move these guys over. So I'm going to use my mini dimensionals. Hi everybody. Thank you for joining. All right, so I am so excited about Addison coming. She just messaged me a little bit ago, right before I came on, and said, I'm in Portland. I'm so excited. So she was bummed when the plane was delayed. I go, well, it says only 9 minutes. Don't worry. And then they were able to bring it right back up. So, all right. And then I'm going to cut, well, I'm going to cut one in half for down here. But for now, let's just continue adding these on. All right. We're going to add one here and here. All right, so this one is going to go at the bottom. So let's put that on first. So we're going to put it right about here. So put it right up to the edge. Okay. Now we're going to take this one and we're going to bring it in here, and it's up to you. I am going to cut this tip off right here because I want it down a little farther because we need to put our sentiment up there. So I'm going to put it right. We need to put half a dimensional right there. It's going to stick to my scissors because these are already cut. I mean, the backing's already off of them. And so we'll put this one right here. And we're going to slide this in and tuck it in right there. Okay, so we're just going to add that right there. And then we're going to take this extra one right here that we cut, and we're going to slide it in here and put a little dimensional. I'm going to clean this little cut up a little bit. There we go. And now we're going to put a dimensional right here. Okay, you don't have to put any down there because we're going to tuck them in. So let's tuck that in all the way down and then just lay that over like that's just part of the flowers. And you can do it even more. Okay, let's look at this. I'm going to cut it because now I'm going to lay it down farther, and you don't want that stem to stick out. Okay, so there's that stem just a little bit. I want it to be a little more droopy. Like right there is good. Okay. All right, so there we go. Now we're going to add dimensionals to our sentiment. And add that on. Whoops. Have you guys ever got new counters and then the seam is where you don't want it? The other place they wanted to put one is right in the middle and the front of the sink. Like the sink's here and it's right here. And I was like, oh, that's weird. None of our sinks have ever been like that. All right, so just a note. Oh, she's boarding. All right, so there's that. All right, so there's that. All right, now what I did is I looked at all the little music guys, and that's where I pulled out these guys. So we're going to do our trumpet player. We're going to put him and another half right here. Put that there. And we're going to have him standing up on this little mushroom. So he is just playing his jazz music or Christmas music or whatever they're playing. And then, of course, we've got to have our little dancer, our little ant, the dancer guy. We're going to put him over here. And he's standing on a mushroom dancing. Woohoo! And then we're going to put mushrooms in the corner just to have a little more popping up. Oh, I think I'll put a small one at the bottom too. And I'm going to put that right here. All right, and then we need our flowers. Of course, again, something to pop up. So I'm going to put a flower right there and then a half of one again. This one already has a line right here, so I'm going to go with this one next to it. Aw. I don't know why I try so hard saving a half a dimensional. That costs me more pain to try to save it. All right, we're going to put that one here and add this. Oh, I don't like bugs in real life either, but these are just so fun. All right, we add our little bit of flowers. Now, let's get all this out of the way. And now, I'm going to do this before my minis. And where's my regulars? All right, so there are those. We've got to open it up and add our little guy. There's 3 of them when you cut them out. So there's the trumpet, the dancing guy, and then this little one with the flag. Like he's the leader of the parade. And we're going to put him marching on the inside. That way it's one set, one die cut of ants for one card. And of course we got to put him right here like he's just leaving his little footprints, right? All right, so there he is, marching along. And then we need to put our fun stuff on. So we have our ladybugs and our ladybug garden epoxy shapes. And so I tend to put the ladybug on the big leaf if it's with the caterpillar. Like this one right here, I didn't add one. Just because it was the fruit and stuff, I kind of want to save them right now for the seeds because, you know, we can't get more until January. So, but we're going to put a little ladybug just right here, kind of hidden behind the plant, coming out of, you know, the corner. And then what I did is I'm going to put water droplets. So I'm going to put one here, and you could kind of see they look magnifying a tiny bit, but I think it's just because they're clear. And then we're going to take some small ones, and I'm going to put one on a flower and one on the leaf right here, just because that's kind of where our attention is drawn. And then I'm going to put another little one just kind of dropping off of this leaf over here. So you can see where our little droplets are. They're kind of hard to see right there. There we go. Little bit, and then we've got our little ladybug that's coming in there. And just super, super cute. Now, another thing I think we should do that I didn't do on the first one is I think I'm going to add, let's see, I'm going to have a tissue because I like to do this just in case it's too wet because I haven't used this in a while. And I'm just going to add it right in the white of the butterfly. And then I'm just going to dot down here, just randomly little tiny dots. And then right here, down. Doesn't have to be exact. I'm just kind of adding a little bit. And I think that's cute. I'm going to add them right here too, on this little guy. And I think that, oh, let's add his bow tie. So we can just kind of spruce it up a tiny bit. Oh, bow tie. If you're in the band, you got to have a sparkly bow tie. All right, I think that's good. So there we go. So now we have sparkly bow ties on our, I'm saying that's a praying mantis, and this little beetle bug guy here. And we've got them on her little, the butterfly's wings. And then the butterfly up here at the top has all the sparkle on it. Oh, it's kind of hard to see. But anyway, there we go. So there are the cards there. So this is the other one that we've made. And there are so many more coming in my class that I'm going to be posting soon. But I do not have it posted yet, but it is coming. So thank you, everybody, so much. I will, as far as I know, I'm going to be here on Sunday. I think Addison is going to join me. Unless something should come up, because I am going to be spending time with Addison and Grayson, and I'm taking them to Sky Zone, and we're going to the movies, and we're doing a bunch of stuff. And Saturday we're going to family Christmas up north, and so Addison's going with us, obviously, to that. And so it's going to be a busy next few days. So I'll get to tell you all about it on Sunday. Addison, like I said, will still be here. She was going to have to leave Sunday, but now she's staying until Monday, which is good. Yay. So I love the stripes too, Stacy. It's such pretty paper. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoy it. She says she just got on the plane. So I told her, okay, see you soon. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to get the, okay, sorry, my glare from that light. Get this set. It's just so cute, and it's available January 2nd. All right, have a great rest of your week, and I will see you on Sunday. Bye, everybody.